Deborah here. It's cocktail time again, and today we are going to go in a gin direction, and we get 2 cocktails for the price of 1. So today we're going to cover 2 wonderful gin cocktails. The first is one of the easiest cocktails to make on the planet because the 3 parts are absolutely equal. You stir it, you don't even have to shake it, pop it into a glass. It's the Negroni. So let's get started. You can use any container you want to mix in. I'm just going to use my Boston shaker. Going to measure 3 equal parts of Campari, that wonderful Italian liqueur that is super bitter and beautiful red color. If you want to go local, there is a product called Brutto Americano, or the Ugly American, made by St. George Brewery here in Alameda. It's a wonderful take on Campari. A little bit bitterer, a little bit more herbal. I really love it. Second, we're going to go with Vermouth, fortified wine. The age-old question, do you keep your vermouth in the refrigerator or not? I do, because why not, if you have room in your fridge. Other people don't. The final ingredient is your gin. Today I'm using St. George Terroir gin, which is a lovely, interesting kind of gin, but really any old kind of gin will work. Gins are interesting because they're so different from one another. Anyway, that's one of my faves. So we're going to stir this together with some ice, and I forgot my other ice, so I'm going to stir it with a giant ice cube, which is a little weird. And then we have another giant ice cube for the glass. Remember, we keep our glass in the freezer until it's time to make the cocktail. There we go. I'm going to take our mixing spoon here, stir it up real good, 40 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 40. And then we're going to that's all there is to it. We're going to pop that beautiful thing into our glass with our giant ice cube. And the most important thing about a Negroni is you got to have the orange peel garnish. So let's get our orange here, which has already been attacked. Let's cut ourselves a nice, generous piece of orange peel right over the top of the drink so that the nice oils will pop right on top of the drink. You do not need bitters on top of a Negroni because it is already super bitter. So let's just squeeze that out over, give it a little run around the outside of the peel, around the edge of the glass, and pop that in, and your Negroni is good to go. Cheers. So if a Negroni is a little bit too bitter for you, it is a very bitter drink, try a Jasmine. It's another gin Campari drink, and I love it. It's also a fantastic way to get rid of all these oranges that you'll have in your fridge from taking peels off. You can actually get rid of the orange juice in the Jasmine drink. Alrighty, I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm back for part 2 in our gin direction cocktail adventure today. We are making a Jasmine. Here is the recipe. It is 1 part lemon juice, 1.5 parts Campari, the wonderful Italian liqueur, 2 parts of our old friend Cointreau, wonderful French liqueur, and 3 parts gin with a drizzle of orange juice over the top. So let's get started juicing the lemon juice, which we always do the citrus juicing first, as we remember. And we're going to strain the lemon juice through our strainer here to make it nice and easy into our measuring cup. There we go. All right. We've got 1 part lemon juice. Oh, perfect. So we're going to pour this into our old-fashioned shaker. 1 part lemon juice, 1.5 parts Campari. So 1.5 parts Campari. You can cut that a little bit lighter if you're not a fan of bitter. Now comes the wonderful Cointreau, one of my favorite liqueurs and a friend of many, many cocktails. 2 parts Cointreau, so that's quite a bit. We need a lot of sweet to offset that bitter of that Campari. Oh, whoa, okay, well, we're a little shy on that, but you know, that's okay. And 3 parts gin. 1, 2, and we're reaching the end of our gin as well, but as we know, that's only 2. As we know, we can either expand or contract the liquor, and it really doesn't affect the cocktail all that much. So there we go. Time for our ice and a little shaky, shaky, shake. We're gonna pour the ice in. Beautiful color on this. Shake it up. 1, 2, 3. How many times? 40 times. And you'll know you're done shaking when it starts to feel really cold on your hand. I think that's good. Alrighty, here we go. So for these, we're going to use martini glasses. Nice and cold, straight out of the freezer. Look at that beautiful color. Oh my goodness, yum, yum, yum. Wonderful drink. Now, of course, I forgot to taste this. What is the most important thing to do? Always remember to taste your cocktail. Delicious. Wow, even though we didn't have the exact proportions, it came out fantastic. Now, the finishing touch on your Jasmine, and a great way to use up all these poor deflowered oranges in your refrigerator from using them as garnish, drizzle a little orange juice right on the top. This is what I call kind of a reverse bitter. So in most cocktails, you put the drops of bitter on top. In the Jasmine, you put the drops of sweet on top of the bitter drink. And so depending on your taste, if you want this really sweet, or on the sweet side, put more orange juice. If not, just put a few drops of orange juice. And now for the most important part is the garnish. Today we're using Trader Joe's cherries, which have a wonderful little stem on them. And we're just gonna plunk that right in there. Again, a little juice on the top is kind of nice, kind of fun. And now we have a special garnish here to finish this thing off right from my garden. We have a couple of nasturtiums. So nasturtiums are awesome to garnish drinks because you just, basically there's an automatic little V there that you can just plunk on. And they are good to go. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
That really is good. Yummy.